So, as you know, I don't have a script or anything like this, and I don't know how to start as usual. So, but here I am. I have started already. So that is the overcome. Yeah, what I want to say is, so I want to give you some insight about YouTube, the YouTube mafia, and who is who, and you know what I mean. So we all know that Das Gregor is a hitman. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. He was a hitman, and with all the money he made as a hitman, you can imagine you make tons of money as a hitman, right? So he became a what can I say this? An IT tycoon, an IT tycoon. He has, I think, in 48 states in the USA, he has his business. So that's at least what I think what he has, right? So it's a good career, Bob, isn't it? I mean, you're a hitman when you're old to run, and you know, because he has to run with all that equipment. You know, he has to have his sniper gun and pick up the bullets, and people are coming after him. So you have a getaway car. It's a stressful life, and I think that's why he lost some of the hair of his head. You know, all the stress. You know, you hit the target, you pick up the bullets, clean up a little bit, while already people coming for you. Get the gun, put it in your violin case, right? And that's not a cliche. This is how they do it, at least what I think what it is, right? And I think after 15 years of Hitman, he said, you know, this is it. I've got tons of money. I really don't know what to do with it. So I just buy all IT shops, and I know my ways around if somebody doesn't want to sell. So he's now a tycoon for IT, so PC stuff like that, and that's what he's doing. Then we have Irish. He's a banker. Who would have thought that, right? He always comes like the humbled man, and you know, just some little interest in computers and stuff like that. No, he's really. That's what I think. He's a banker, and I mean, it slipped his tongue one time, and I said, yeah, okay, now I know that. That makes it. I understand now. So he's a banker. So he has. I don't know which banks all belong to him. If it's not all, I trust that. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to work or do anything. That's why he can go to Gen 2 unstable, right? Because he has all the time in the world. He has, I think, an army of CEOs working for him, managing the bank, counting the money. And I think I heard this money counting machine in the background once on his videos, you know, where all these $1,000 notes go, you know, endless, and then they put them in big suitcases and stuff like that. I think you know, that's at least what I think. And then yesterday I found Jim Orklaw guilty because he made me watch his videos till I think I went to bed after 1:15 in the morning. And I watched his videos about Neptune, about Netrunner, then what was it else? There was one which was a little bit funky. Let's have a look. So if you don't know him, it's for sure worthwhile going there. Yep. Here, Orklaw. If you go to this guy's website, because I watched quite some videos from him, so I'll let you know. Oh, here he is. And yeah, but he had an interesting point. So yeah, as you see, I watched Seduction. That wasn't actually. He had lots of flaws in it. So Open to the Tumbleweed, not my thing. Neptune was interesting. He has more. Yeah, Windows install. So holy moly! Here Neptune 5 KD. I looked into this rolling releases. There's some more I watched. Yeah, Kubuntu. So. However, so because of him, I had a late night, and now I have a day where I'm tired. So he's found guilty, but I have to be careful. You know, it's not really the Jim Orklaw you know. You know, yes, he says he's retired, but what did he retire from? So I give you some insight here. Jim Orklaw, he actually was the advisor of the Queen. That means all the decisions in the past, when England was still ruled properly and everything was okay, and things were in order and stuff like that. That was because Jim Orklaw told the Queen what to do, how to do, and all the pitfalls to avoid. So since he is retired, yeah, the whole kingdom goes down. I mean, down the drain, like all the other countries in the world. So there's no exception anymore, right? So, yeah, so you have to be a little bit careful. Trust me, he's still. Once you was an advisor of the Queen, trust me, you will still have lots of influence and inputs. That's why I'm not complaining loud that he made me watch his videos till 1:15 in the morning. But yeah, so we know now. Oh, about Kelly, the Linux for you and me, that comes out on another day, you know. Yeah, so I just want to give you an insight about these 3 YouTubers and the mafia, right? So you thought this was all, right? No, that was about the YouTubers, but I said there is mafia too. So, like Chater, you see, I mean, he admitted here. Chater says, seriously, I did make Ghost BSD popular. That, with other words, he just said, look, Dirk, I have the power to make a distro superior and popular or vanish off the grid. So, that is the godfather of the Linux and BSD community. I don't know too much about him, but who knows much about the godfather, right? Do you know the godfather from the mafia today? No. Just by chance, he outed himself here. He was a little slipped off his tongue. So Chater is the guy who actually decides which Linux distro gets to live and which one gets to die. So, because he makes them either popular or they're going down like that. So, if you want your distro to be very successful, you take care of Chater. You bring him a coffee, whatever he wants, and just get the big honey brush out and take good care of him, and he will make your distro popular. On the other hand, if he's really again, this is it, then your distro is going down. That's it. So he's the godfather of the Linux and BSD mafia. I'm not talking about RoboNoogie because he's still mad on me for ranting at his free BSD. What the heck? I rant about everything what doesn't work for me. Yeah, and Sergi, I think I will cover him together with. I will cover him maybe with Caddy and maybe with Fun with Shell. You know, so I think I have to go that route. So, now the important stuff is by sight. You know now a little bit. I mean, I can't give you the all insight. You know, there's more out. As I said, now you know at least Jim Orkler. You know, calm retired man. He was the advisor of the Queen. He got really still can pull the strings. And yeah, when I said that Das Gregor is a hitman, that's not true. He was a hitman. He was. Now he's just he's a tycoon, and I think his IT company rules 48 states in the USA. And I mean, like a real banker, Irish, he keeps it a secret. He talks hardly about it, but it slipped off his tongue, so I knew it. And Chater, he's actually the guy who has to say which Linux distro or BSD distro lives and which one dies. This is it. So, yeah, now the serious part is over, and in this video, which one was it? Was it Seduction? I mean, I watched so many yesterday night and it was late, all my excuses. Jim Orkler spoke about the conditions in the moment in the UK, and I can comfort him. It's not just the UK, it's a bad comfort, because the whole world is lying and deceiving in us in a how can I say this? It is on the whole line. You can't even believe anything they say anymore. I mean, if you go, and this is just for the fun of it, if you go for ISS, that what they call space station, fake, you will see that you know, it's not conspiracy, it actually is fake. What the heck? It's really not videoed or videos taken from a space station inside. these are just actors which play around with reality, virtual reality, in a studio, and luckily or blessed as we are, it still has glitches, so they're moving stuff around which is not visible to our eyes, but to theirs, because the glitch makes it not visible on our screen. And if you watch just 1 or 2 videos of this, you will say, what the heck? Yeah. And even I think the same guy brought that video out from was it in the 80s, like space, and you can actually see a man. It's pretty dark, but you can see a man face playing with that model somewhat, and that makes you think, wow, what is going on in this world? And then in a moment everybody is punching Russia, and just a little recall, because everybody has forgotten that, or because mainstream doesn't want you to know, right? It never came out. When they say, the hack attack, a Russian spy plane. Okay, there was a US recognition plane there too. It's a spy plane too, what the heck? But do not take anything really serious what they do. All they want to do is manipulate us, and that's what they try from the beginning. Oh, they are bad. No, they are bad. They are evil. Oh, watch out. They try to rule with fear, Like the US currency is breaking down every week. You will find YouTube channels telling you every week, oh no, the next Friday is Black Friday. What the heck? That's a good thing when you're poor, man. You haven't had anything before, you won't have anything afterwards. So who cares? Yeah. But they want to rule with fear and stuff like that. So, but back to Russia, despite that, I believe this is all just a huge Muppet show, They call each other, and after they had this super duper video and TV conference, and they say, I think they believed us. You know what I mean? They're just joking with us. This is all ridiculous. But on the other hand, when I thought things were real, when Germany was still separated, they asked Russia, oh look, we want Germany to be one again, can you agree? And Russia said, yeah, sure, we can, but please do not put any more weapons closer to us, because we got allergy for rockets and bombers and stuff like that. And then the NATO said, oh no, don't you worry, Russia, we're not putting anything near you. I mean, now it's not anymore Germany, they're even further. They're in Poland, they're fully surrounding Russia with rocket stations, and holy moly, this is, can you imagine somebody living with a pull trigger on a gun coming closer and closer to you? I would get allergy too if I were Russia. Despite that, I believe this is all Muppet show. They just, the dying is real. I mean, if you have seen the 9/11 footage and the investigations, it speaks books to you. And then if they're capable of, whoever's doing this, deciding this, trying us humans to fight each other and kill each other, pardon me, what for? What did you just say? Why? I got to work tomorrow, and I got to go to work the day after. And I work under any regime, right? Because you have no other choice. Democracy really doesn't exist, And I mean, I'll pick a little bit on the US now, but I can pick on any country. There is no exception. Like the funky stuff is that some people in the USA think that this Trump guy is going to change the system, which made him a billionaire. Yeah, keep dreaming. I think that's what they call the American dream. You have to be fast asleep, otherwise you wake up and you say, oh, what the heck? So I, for myself, am absolutely grateful that I'm on the other side of the border. No, it's not Mexico. Holy moly. This world, it's turning weird. The thing is, let's say 20 years ago, the devil had to do his stuff undercover. Now he figured out, with all the manipulation we have with TV shows and what they call music nowadays. I mean, I grew up in the times when people still had to sing at least, but now you just have these porn star actors doing their stuff on stage and giving some sounds out, and oh, look at this, yeah, and everybody thinks that's normal now, and that's how it works. They brainwash our kids and people with TV shows where they bring all this rotten stuff out and pervert stuff and things like that. My daughter, when she grew up, she was, cool, yo man, yo. And I told her, I said, it's not cool if you are a gangster and you stand in front of a burning barrel because you have to run from the police and there are tens of guns always behind you and you have nothing. You can't even speak properly, right? So I told her, pretty cool is if you go with your nice luxury car in front of your house, you go through the garage, push the button, garage opens up, you drive in, zoom, garage door closes, you go in your house, throw the key on the table and jump in your swimming pool. Which one is more cool? Being a gangster, with a stolen car in front of a freaking burning barrel? Or the other version, like I just said, get into your house, throw the key on the table, jump in your swimming pool. That's the way to go. That is cool. But that doesn't come from nothing, talking to our, I think it's the millenniums are the guys who run around with the water bottles all day long because you take it away, they die. Yeah, at least that's what they got to believe. That is what TV and advertising, TV shows, advertising, and that noise industry hammered into them, right? So that's why they run around with a bottle, because they think they die. The next step they have is now the whining entitled generation. They're entitled for everything. They don't have to work anymore. No. This old man has a big car. I want that too. Oh, sorry, he worked 20 years. No, I don't want to work. I want to have that car. Oh, you're mean to me. You know what I mean? Oh, what the heck is going on in this world? And if you call a shuffle, I'm offended. I did not never work in my life, and I want this. And he said, I'm lazy. How could dare he say things like that? Because you are. You know what I mean? What the heck is wrong in this world? Yeah, what is wrong? I by chance saw that video about ISS space station. That's a nice movie show, That's a nice little... It's absolutely fake. I cannot believe it. And I mean, one thing this guy didn't point out, who made a video about tons of glitches in their recordings, one thing he didn't point it out, like the hair is always standing up like it would be what they think is zero gravity, right? But the computer has another glitch there, and this guy didn't point it out. When they move the hair is still standing up, but there would be inertia. It doesn't matter if it's no gravity, or the inertia would still exist, right? So if you move your head, so there will be inertia. The hair would follow later with the delay, right? But however, just have a look at ISS recordings. It's really fun to watch, and that gives you an idea to what extent we get light at. So, all these Muppet show, I don't even watch mainstream anymore. And that was many years ago. It was, I think it was Fox News, and it should be still on YouTube if it hasn't been taken down. So they pretended in their entertainment show, or what they call news, there were two reporters out, and I think they were even in two different states. So on the left side was a lady, let's say blonde hair, and on the right side was a lady black hair. And she was talking, oh yeah, we are here in New York, blah, 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 blah. And the other one, yeah, I'm here in Arizona, blah, 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 blah. And then you saw the bus coming from the left side, going behind that blonde lady, and it didn't take long. It went then behind the black lady. So, oh, what a glitch. What a coincidence. And then I started watching, and you could see that permanent. The cars from the left went through the black lady's screen too, and the other side happened to be true too. So from the black ladies, the cars moving to the left side, they came out on the blonde lady's side. So either there is a wormhole and they jumped states, or this was just fake. I mean, what the heck, if you're in a position like this, I mean, I believe this is a blessing that we can see these glitches, that they are not perfect in their lives. But it gives you an idea in what extent. I mean, this is a small lie. This is just maybe capitalism, making money under all circumstances, whatever, right? I mean, just imagine that there are people killing people for paper and metal, dollar note. I mean, there seems to be no border anymore. Somehow they eradicated Jiminy the Cricket from Pinocchio, the wooden boy who wanted to be a real boy. He had Jiminy the Cricket that was his conscious. Somebody stepped on Jiminy the Cricket and most people in the world. So that's a little bit rant about the world and how dreadful it became and to what extent we get lied to, right? So, here's some red lights coming and some pointers. in my house. They're coming, I think, from the black van. So, no kidding, guys. So the truth has been told about YouTube. That's how it really works. These are the people who are in charge, as far as I could tell. And yeah, then don't get me started about news and what they do. You know, as I said, all these governments, and I say there's no exception, because there's stuff out which everybody knows and nobody tells you, and they pretend, you know, they go on with their little tiny problems. Oh, the Russians want to hack our computers. What the heck? I mean, to be honest, if you take your nationality and everything aside, just think you're a human being, right? And get some moral as a compass, and then with open eyes, just look at Donald Trump, look at Hillary Clinton, and is any of those actually a representative for a state? Would any of those would be interested in normal people's life or something like that? I mean, I don't know. The thing is, because you can't believe anything, so I don't know what's going on with Trump too. To me, he appears through the media like a bully. And don't get me started with Hillary Clinton. I'm still asking myself, why is she not in prison? I mean, if you just try it out, park wrong, don't pay your ticket, you get the attention, they're coming for you. And you just parked wrong. You didn't hurt anybody, you didn't steal, you didn't lie to the world or to your country, which broke the trust. I mean, we had that in Germany, Kohl. You know, that was, in my opinion, the second highest criminal right after Hitler. So this guy got caught for his criminal offenses, and they wanted to put him in prison because he didn't want to speak, because he couldn't lie or didn't want to lie either. And then his excuse was, I gave my friends a promise. What the heck? You didn't owe to a country. So what is more worse? His 2 criminal friends, or the 90 million people he was supposed to protect from stuff like that? Yeah, but he didn't go to prison either. So this world, I mean, this gives you an idea. That, you know what I mean? And this is not, that's what I'm saying, it's not the US, it's not England, it's not Germany, it's not Russia. It's the whole freaking world. The Muppet player in the background is going ballistic in a moment, because he knows his time is short. And, you know, don't get manipulated by this freak. I mean, where I come from, it took me a long time to figure that out. I call him Devil, because that's all what he does. You know, the shiny one. Yeah, now he's shiny like an old Coke can. You know, kicked in the yeah. Don't get me started with that. I get really carried away. So, however, don't get entangled in this. Keep an open mind. Keep, you know, your humanity active. Don't let TV shows or these, I don't know, these naked actors who make these noises, and they call it music industry. And you know what ridiculous people are coming up. You know what I mean? It's the same like when I see them on a stage. You know, it's the same like this 5 foot tall, 60-pound heavy boy in his V8 6-liter pickup truck, who thinks he's a superstar now because he has the power of the V8. And you don't have the power of the V8. You're sitting in a car, man. You're still 5 foot 60 pound. If you get out, everybody takes you apart. And even inside, if a semi-truck comes, he just rolls over you. So, I don't know what people give the idea that the status, title, car, some belongings change your personality. How is that going to be? I don't know. I think we're all equal. We just have different circumstances to live in, and that's the whole thing. So the black man people coming out of the van, and I see all these red lights going here, and somehow it makes noises, and I have holes in my wall, so I have to have a look what is going on here. Okay, I had to vent that out, guys. Don't get fooled. Stay human. No human should harm or hurt any other, and don't get manipulated like that. Just look right through what they do. I mean, you will be shocked. You will be shocked. Did I mention chemtrails? Some people are not capable of actually seeing it. They think it's just jet. Yeah, no. Just watch it for a while and you figure that out, because you will see jets which have these contrails. And that is when the plane moves forward and the vapor evaporates right behind them. It moves in the same speedish, so it kind of stays the same long line. If somebody sprays the whole sky and 5 minutes later it's getting wider, 5 minutes it's even wider, and they all fly in the same direction, and there is something else cooking. So conspiracy. I cut that video off. I just wanted to let you know who in YouTube decides what. Now you know. So show some respect to Chater so that your distro can actually grow and you get famous. Alright. Have a good day all. This is just a little off-topic video. Bye bye. Bye bye.